Hello everybody, this is Ellison Cruz bringing you my new side LP of The Misadventures of PB Winterbottom. So here's another one of those kind of unplanned LPs that I kind of just thought about doing because this game is very short compared to Outland, Ilo Milo, and even the Undergarden. This game is pretty short, and I think that we could actually finish the entire thing in 5 videos. But the thing is that, you know, with every kind of, let's play is going to end up being a bit longer than if you were just trying to play without narrating and all that stuff. So we're going to get started. And the thing, I guess, so yeah, this is pretty short. And I just figured we'd do this because, like I said like 8 times already, this game is pretty short. And we haven't had any side LP anything since, Outland. And that's almost a month ago. Today is July 6, 2011. You guys are seeing kind of a quantum leap in video numbers here, which is probably going to be very disparaging on your minds considering all the Noir episodes have been stockpiled in my computer for like God knows how long, 3 weeks almost. So yeah, we're gonna get started on this. Now this game, there's just something about it, it's just so awesome. I mean, okay, so there's PB Winterbottom. This game, we'll get into it, but it's just awesome. I love it. You guys will see in just a bit, but I don't know. I don't even know what to say. It has awesome music. That's the thing that drew it to me, the most, was the fact of how awesome the music was. And excuse me, just it's you guys are gonna have to hear it. So this, my friend, is no ordinary story. This is a tale of spinning gears, selfish humbugs, and stolen sweets, but most of all, a tale of time. So it kind of, there's a story, and we'll get in it right now. Yet all stories, ordinary or no, starts somewhere. Ours begins, ends, and middles right here with the dastardly PB Winterbottom. So it's kind of, this takes place in the 1920s. So it's got kind of this kind of almost archaic kind of music and text, but it's still really good. Winterbottom, the notorious pie thief of Bakersburg. Surely you've seen him, a man with a nose so large it could sniff up the moon. So yeah, it seems like he has some kind of cranial defect right there. Wanted the humbug PB Winterbottom for grand larceny of gastronomic proportions. Wanted starving or stuffed, reward 60 blueberry tarts. God, it's just, this game has a charm to it. I swear to God. Surely you've heard of his mission to devour every pie from Malaysia to Mars? No? Then let us pay him a visit. So, this is a side-scrolling action game. Well, kind of action. It's like a side-scrolling puzzle game. Now, even though right here, twiddle the left stick to move this nuisance about, even though this is kind of like a 3D, the game isn't actually like this. So, it's kind of a mix between Portal and Braid, and if you haven't played either of those, then that's a shame. So basically what we have to do, the point of this game is to collect as many pies as you can. Now here it doesn't really matter because you can't collect all of them, or if you can, then good luck because it's pretty damn hard. But we control Mr. Winterbottom here, and we're the notorious pie thief, and our first achievement right off the bat is Hot Pie Bottom. So we stole 10 pies. Now the achievements in this game are very easy. It's just complete the movie levels. There's only 5 main levels, and then we have bonus shorts. Now these ones are pretty hard, and it's just, I'll get into those later, but they take, if I decide to do them, they'll end up being a special after LP thing, which is something I usually reserve for the big LPs. But for this, it's just like one of those optional things, kind of like collecting the eggs on Ilo Milo, but we'll see how that works because they're pretty hard to do, so we're going to just continue on with the game. So, yes, so there he is. He would pine for each tart that escaped his fat grip and climb back to the roof for his next thieving trip. Alright, so here we are, and we kind of got this noir look over here. So, heaven's quite a fall. Press A to jump, hold A to float, and yes, if you die, nothing happens. So, there's our first death, and I don't usually dally there, but we can be like, and then just keep on going. Now, there's actually an interesting twist we'll see into this game later, and it's going to be actually probably somewhat implemented in this first episode, but here's a pie. We got now this weird crane thing grabs us by like our hat, and then our neck moves so weird when we're grabbed like that. It's just like, he's like, PB's luck seemed peculiar, but he barely took note. He thought only of pie sliding down his thick throat. So, yeah, now he's grabbing him by the ass there, not necessarily his hat. But, alright, now here we are. Have you no scruples, sir? Press X to smack you, destructive bugger. Now, you don't usually, you do have like kind of an attack button, but it is barely used for this. This is only to start the plot, which as you can see, we're hitting that fiery lamp over there. So we're gonna wanna, uh-oh, darn, we shouldn't have done that. So there. In the name of all that is sweet and pious, get me out of here. Raiding pantry and purses, greed grew quite insane. Even clockworkers' cobblers weren't safe from his cane. So yes. Alright, so here we've got this, now here's where we're kind of getting into like the puzzle solving aspect of this. So mind those switches, Bakerberg's clock is quite fragile. Or fragile, whatever. So here, when we see these things right here, these are springs and they'll always spring you. And when you see these devices here, when you step on them, they'll activate something in the scenery. So, and it's timed, so they'll go back up and you're gonna have to press it again in order to do it again. So it's one of those things. So it looks like we broke the clock. Winterbottom, that butchwit, caused terrible woes, but he never saw anything past his own nose. Okay. And despite all he'd nabbed, he dreamed only of more. All those uneaten cobblers from mountain to shore. He's like dreaming of pies jumping over the fence. And all those missed pastries from the past to present to slide into his belly and rest there at last. Perhaps the universe heard his foolish wish. Perhaps the universe answered. Uh-oh. So magicalness. PB woke the next morning to a heavenly scent. He did not know the source nor the trouble it meant. So here we are at our house. Yeah, way to make yourself conspicuous, you thief. He has his name like right on the outside of it, but so the mysterious scent, we're gonna go follow it. So like I said, we don't get to see this 3D kind of model of him very much, but that's good because personally it just looks pretty bad. And I wouldn't really like playing this game that much if it was like that, but so we have to follow it, and it's, nope, not suicide, so we just follow him and the scenery will change, kind of like to show like the montage of people traveling super far places. So even though it seems like you'll probably go to your death, you won't. So alright, now here, you want to be careful. You can actually jump off, but he's going to go back. There we go. Come back here. Now here, we have to jump to him. There we go. Now we just keep following him. It looks like we've gone quite a bit of ways. What is this strange place? So we're going to follow this pie, and this is kind of going to be like our princess, so to speak. And there's a bunch of PB Winterbottom just flying out of nowhere. Now this is where the game gets its, I guess it's griddle. It gets its pie. So here we are. We're getting sucked into the portal. So now we're thinking with portals. Haha. So for that mystical pie, that untouchable tart, PB leapt through the portal, which wasn't too smart. Yeah. And this is like the main music, but we don't actually get to see it through the entire game. We just see it through depending on which level. So, and this is the first one, obviously. So the pie flew. PB followed, and reaching once more, he plopped down in a spot that he knew from before. Strange. And this actually is telling the plot. It's just saying it in like a really kind of like lyrical way. So as you can remember, there's where we were in the past. Wait a second. Wait, so that's where we were, if you guys remember, we were in the noir scene. But then somehow we're back over here. So there's the mystical pie that's been eluding us for ages. So it looks like a weird face. It reminds me of like Oogie Boogie's face from Nightmare Before Christmas. So deja vu and the bomb. Press X to smack witches. Witches. But anyway, we don't do this one quite yet. It'll just do that. But over here, we have to run over here. And we're going to step on this in a second. But first, to activate the crane, we're going to have to do that. So there we are. And see, you remember us doing that, right? You do. And then we're going to have to come over here. We're actually going to have to do this before he dies. Oh, that was close. Okay. See, so it actually does take note of what you did beyond then. So now we're going to want to go and take this. Yeah, there we go. Now, wait, watch out. Don't hit the water tower this time. That'll suck. No. Well, that sucks. We kind of screwed ourselves on that one, literally. So there he is. And now we're going to, so there. Now we have clones. We're going to get into the aspect. This game deals heavily with the notion of clones. He had entered the past, and this marvelous fleet seemed an excellent chance to steal something sweet. Very nice. But pursuing that pastry transformed our dear Bottom. He gained powers, though no one's quite sure how he got them. So, yes, we got mystical powers somehow from the pie, apparently, taking us through that portal. So here is where it's introduced. Now, you can notice the number in that corner. In order to cobble every cobbler, you'll need help. Press and hold right trigger to record any of Winterbottom's actions. So yes, so press RT to begin playback. Now basically, to record Winterbottom, he will always loop. He'll make a clone depending on whatever you do here. So as we do that, now you notice in the upper left-hand corner there's 1 out of 1. That's how many clones we can have at a time. And once he's done doing what we recorded, he'll begin to loop over. Now if you do something simple like just punch in place just once, he'll do it for infinity amount of times. So you want to keep that in mind. You can press Y to destroy, and there's actually an achievement to destroy 50 clones, which you will have absolutely zero problem doing over the course of this game. So keep that in mind. So what we can do is just hold him right here and then just do a quick one like that so he just stays there. And so there's like the elegy of emptiness all over again. And then over here, well, bam, we got the pie. Yeah, we got the pie. And we're still hanging out in the back over there. God, look at that. That looks so weird. Like, together they traveled, himself and himself, to grab pie from each erstwhile unreachable shelf. That didn't roll off the tongue very well. So, yeah, and that's what heavily this game will rely on, is the usage of clones and doing them right. But there are also other things, such as, we'll get into it later, but it gets a lot more complicated. Like, I think one of the earlier levels actually has one of the hardest levels in the game, but the top left icon shows how many clones can exist at one time. Yes, I was already over this game. So now we can hold 3 clones at once, and we can just do this, and we can actually jump on them. We can stand on their top hats, but the thing to remember about that is that we're going to have to remember it for later, I think level 3, so just keep that in mind. So do this, that, and if you really need to, you can grab that one from down there and put him back up there, but it's no real big deal, so yeah. He's like, drat, that eludious pie. His clones shared the load through each paradox's day, but when no longer useful, he smacked them away. Well, that's not very nice. You humbug. So yeah, this game actually gets pretty smart with its puzzles, and I kind of like that. So here, it's going to teach us the notion of killing our clones. Press X to smack clones, record a clone, and smack them. So we can do that, and what? Bam. So this game has kind of weird physics. I say that for every game, I know, but it's just sometimes they're kind of weirding out to get used to them. But oh, and we got them all. We almost missed it. No, get away from me, you stupid closing in thing. It appeared that strange start, that mysterious quiche was drawn to disasters PB had unleashed. So it must have been because we destroyed that clock a while back, but whatever. Alright, now here, this is kind of an easy puzzle. In case you have not noticed, clones always loop. So we're going to want to just hit that, and it'll send us going up here, and we can grab the pies, yay, and then smack this. Oh wait, no, we need to grab this and then smack it again. So some of the later ones will definitely need a bit of oops. Oh god, I'm giving myself brain damage. Yeah, some of the other ones will take a lot of trial and error because they're pretty hard. But Sir Bottom was sure with his doubles and Tau, he would catch that strange pie and consume it somehow. God, I was reading that before and I said toe, but then I was like, oh, it has to be Tau, because like kind of like that bow bow thing, you know, but consume it somehow. God, that's so annoying. Tau, really? Like, Rao, what is this, Lenoir? God. Okay, and now once we're done with that, now we need 6 here, but we don't need to use all of them at once. This one you can probably actually do with only 1 other clone. So press Y to delete the last recorded clone, and then hold RT and press X to create a smacking clone. Yes, we know this, and it'll tell us to smack ourselves. Yeah, try smacking yourself. Now here we're going to see these things right here, and we can just go up and down on them. Not too hard. And then over here, we're going to want probably a smacking clone right there. And he can smack us like I just got done saying, but this isn't too hard of a game. I mean, once you know what to do, you can actually probably beat this in like a single sitting in like less than an hour. So just keep that in mind, because it's, I don't know, it's fun though. Like figuring out all the puzzles, I guess, as would most other games be. The satisfaction of beating something so difficult. Alright, now let's go down here. Now we'll have him smack us over here. Yay! Okay, now we need a smacking clone right over here. And then it'll activate those springs right there. We can actually step on those and grab all those. So yay! And then we'll bam. So I kind of like the I don't know, the art graphics are pretty they're cool. They're just, I don't know, they're different. There's the pie. Damn it! I keep giving myself brain damage by hitting myself there. Jesus! We're going through a portal. So once more through the portal, that plump scoundrel ran, ending one misadventure as the next one began. And you kind of want to remember that, but we get an achievement for that. So completed the Savory Salutations movie level. So there's that, and that's basically supposed to be like a movie, and how we save the day. Except there is continuity, so we don't have to worry about that. Now this is our hub over here. As you can tell, welcome to the Theatra of Time. You can always return here via the pause menu. Well, thank you for showing me what the pause button looked like. I didn't know what it did. Bonus shorts are located on the lowest floor. Compete on leaderboards and beat challenges in bonus shorts. So revisit your past to unlock the future. So there we have it. So here we have the next area, which is called the ticking tarts. And it's just movies in general, but basically every time we beat a level, we'll be able to go back and do bonus shorts. Now these are pretty hard. You have to do them in a specific order. Like here, we have to beat it in under 50 seconds and using less than 7 clones. And it's just, these are levels that we haven't done in the game. It's just other like bonus ones. And I think that's what's gonna be, you know, kind of like a bonus videos after we've completed this game, because as you can tell, this video is only 15 minutes and I could actually beat this in like 5 without all the talking and stuff. But here we have the ticking tarts, and each one of these levels has 10 stages in them. So this one has some pretty terrible puns, as you could already tell. Baked to the future, buffet runner, busted cretin, whatever, a sprinkle in time, the pie and the pendulum, I don't know what that is, the final countdown, citizen clone, citizen Kane, Catcher in the Rise, American Pie, me, myself, and Pyrene. Just kidding. But anyway, we'll get started on this in the next level, and we'll definitely finish that up because, like I said, each one will take you less than 30 seconds if you already know what to do. But I'll try and explain them as best as I can for those of you having trouble, I guess, and you have even heard of this game, because honestly, I didn't. This came out, I think, early-ish 2010, in the first quarter of 2010, I think. But anyway, I really like it, and we're probably gonna get done with it. So this probably isn't gonna be, you know, an every other day video. It'll probably be maybe twice a week, so we'll finish it sometime, I don't know, by the time we get to the 3rd disc in Le Noir, which I'm not sure, probably 2 weeks maybe, but we'll see. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this first episode of Winterbottom. We'll get back into it later, and yeah, I hope it made an alright impression. It'll get much more interesting here, as you guys will see in the next part. So I will talk to you guys later. See ya.